So I think toxic traits in general, we all carry a little bit. And if you think you don't have a toxic trait in a relationship or in your friendships or in your stuff with your significant other, I think you should go ask. And this is the worst question to ask, but I've had to do it before too. It's horrible. You ask what's a strength and what's a weakness, and you won't stop thinking about the weakness, but it's probably a little toxicity in there.
Yeah. And it's probably good to address what maybe you could get better at, because every day we're getting better, right? And I had to just kind of sit with the fact that I've got some toxic traits that I've brought into my new relationship. And it sounds like 80% of our listeners did too, which is, it is what it is. Do you want me to share what my toxic traits are that I wrote down that came to mind?
I want to hear it.
Okay.
Welcome back to Straight Candid Podcast
with Syd
and Soph, where we take pride in normalizing taboo conversations, saying the wrong thing, drinking too much caffeine, and talking too fast.
Here at Straight Candid, we live unfiltered. No edits, deletes, or drag and drops. Just two Minneapolis girls who hit record and keep it candid. Let's get into it.
Jordy,
So,
you're looking a little rough.
I am feeling it.
What's going on over there? How are we doing?
He goes, I'm good.
Coming off of bender.
He's coming off a bender. What'd you
Jerdys.
do this weekend, Turdy Jerd?
Dirty Jerd, really?
What'd you call yourself just a little bit ago? Oh, Dirty Jerd.
Dirty Jerd.
He says, I can tell he's having a sensitive day.
Yeah, Dirty.
Sensitive day?
No, I know.
You need a hug.
Because it just like we say something and I feel like I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad for saying that.
I'm sorry. No, I felt bad. You didn't say it.
No, I kind of, well, when it comes out of your mouth, it kind of comes out of both of ours. So I'm like, oh, I'm sorry I said that.
No, I'm feeling good. I'm tired.
I don't believe anything that's coming out of your mouth right now. You're a liar.
I'm rallying. I went to New York City for the weekend and
Fun.
did not sleep a ton.
Oh, gosh.
First time in New York City. It was
Wait.
unreal.
That was your first time?
First time.
I didn't know you'd never been to the Big Apple.
Never.
Did you ride the subway? How was that experience?
It was cool. It
Right?
was more so coming out of the subway because
Mhm.
we rode it from like southern Manhattan. I don't know any of the names. And we came
Manhattan.
out and
Yeah, you said that funny.
fuck.
Oh, wait,
Anyway.
he's sensitive. We can't
Sorry,
make jokes.
Stop. Yeah, chill. Anyway, come on. It's just people and buildings everywhere. And I'm just like, holy shit.
Mhm.
Just blown away.
It is scary.
Different world
It's a
out
lot.
Any straight kind of moments happen?
there. The first night I got threatened. These dudes threatened to kill me at the
Okay,
bar.
can you
Yeah.
explain what's going on with that? Because you gave us this much detail. You said I got threatened, and I'm
You
like,
know what?
Huh?
I feel like he was texting us when he was drunk. So I was just
Absolutely.
like, I was
Just
like,
continue drunk.
wait a second, rewind.
So I was visiting one of my best friends from college. And we found out later on that we had to introduce each other as our cousin because nobody would have believed that we weren't together. Like so many people came up and asked, hey, is that your boyfriend, girlfriend? Even people we ran into from like college out there, they're like, wait, are you two together now?
Even
And
you
we're
just
like,
telling
no.
me that you went there with your best friend and she's a girl. And I was like, okay, but like, have you fucked? And you're like, no. I'm like, okay,
Purely
but like,
platonic.
and I'm like, but like once? And you're like, no.
Never.
Wow.
Never. So I love her to death. I went out and visited her, crashed on the couch all weekend. And yeah, I was leaving one of the bars on the first night. I have no idea what time it was. And these dudes come up to me and they're like, hey, we got to talk to you. I'm like, all right, sick. Like, I don't know anyone here. I'm about to meet some new friends. And they like pushed me into a corner by the bathroom and they're like, if you ever go and talk to that chick again, we're going to fucking kill you. And I'm like, I don't know how much vodka I had. So I'm just like, is this happening? I'm like, what? I'm like, what girl? And they're like, that girl. I'm like, what girl? Show me. And they go and show it. And it's my friend. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That's like my best friend. I'm staying here. They're like, we're going to fucking kill you. I'm like, all right,
What?
that's it. I guess one of their friends was talking to her, but I was about to leave at that time. I'm like, fuck that. I'm staying and making sure she doesn't go home with this dude now.
Yeah, whoa.
So yeah, that was the first night. And yeah, I got threatened to be killed. And
Oh
Yeah.
my
The
gosh.
drama.
so much drama.
The New York drama.
I hate the drama.
Yeah, that's scary.
Oh, we both got the eyeballs. Oh,
Oh, the drama.
Really quick before we actually get into everything.
Thanks for sharing.
There's something too loud. There's like it's picking up the S's. We can cut this part out, but it's just like
So
it's
you
not
don't
my
like when
headphones being loud because now I'm too quiet.
This is Candid for you. Mine was good.
It's like, but don't you hear the S's being picked up? It's
Well,
like really.
We'll just have to. power through it.
Now I can't hear it.
Yeah, they are new headphones. I will say, I could tell they were a little slippery on my ears.
Well, now my left one's not working. Now I can't hear it. Oh, there it is. Whoa, that was weird. Okay, we're back.
Hey,
oh my
guys,
God.
we're back. Syd, you got any straight kind of moments for us?
Oh boy. Well, I have a few just random thoughts of the day.
Love
I'm
it.
just going to give it to you.
Give it to me, baby.
I break something every single day, and I broke something today yet again, a piece of glass. I don't know what it is. I broke a mug yesterday. I broke a piece of glass today in my cute new container. I break something almost every single day, and it's a pattern, or I stain something almost every day. And I already stained
what that's
this.
a sign of?
What?
Moving too fast. Because I'll be honest, I stain shit and I break shit every day too.
I don't.
What?
You just read me. Rude. Okay. And I'm glad that you can relate to that because
I'm the same way.
Great. If
I'm
you can relate out
clumsy.
there, fuck.
I'm like very athletic, but I'm clumsy as fuck. And it's because I'm always on a mission.
Yeah,
and I'm like
that's why.
head down. Like I'm always trying to move fast. I'm always trying to not waste time because I don't have time. So I'm like,
We don't have it. We don't
No.
have it. But I'll tell you one thing. Do you do this? Because this is one of those things. So breaking, staining, and then the other really bad habit I have is I'll hold a cup of water and then I'll be like, I got to pick this up, pick this. Oh, I dropped a sock. And
Yeah.
I'll go to pick the sock up and
then
I
this
spill
falls.
the whole thing of water every time.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, how do you keep doing that? I go, I don't know. I was moving too fast, I guess. Shit.
Something that I always do too. I don't know why I just thought this, but like chores around the house.
Yeah.
So like my laundry, for example, I never have both of them, never the washer and the dryer empty, because once I wash, I put it in the dryer and it stays in the dryer until I have to move something from the washer into the dryer. I'm like, fuck, now I have to fold that. It's never always empty, and I'm like, oh, I need to figure that out. Why
Mine's
did I
in a pile.
Yeah.
Outside of the dryer.
To fold.
Yeah, no, but like I still have to move that pile somewhere else in order to fold it. I just
the
haven't
worst.
done that yet. So it's busy life. It's
I
so
have that
fun.
to come home to.
It's
I was
wonderful.
going to ask. Yeah, I need some more detergent. Anyways.
I need detergent too. I'm actually out. Anyway, okay, but I played Catan. We had a game night on, I think it was Saturday night. Was that Saturday night? And it just, one of our friends, couples came over and we played Catan and we had one glass of wine and we were all
Why have
laughing.
I heard of that?
It's a really fun game. If you haven't, if people out there are probably like, yes. And if you don't know what it is, you better look it up, bitch. But we were playing the game. We had one glass and we were like halfway through. We were all having fun. We are laughing. And then two glasses and we're kind of like, you know, like we're getting a little more intense, but we're still laughing. And 3 glasses in, God, I am the
Everything
woes.
is the funniest shit ever.
No, it was funny until it wasn't. Until I
God.
thought Jordan just picked up an extra card, didn't he? That little bitch.
Oh,
I'm
was starting to
cheating.
cheat.
Oh yeah, and he didn't do it intentionally. He just had too big of a glass of wine, and then we all were just like cat fighting at the table. Like Jordan was saying "f you" to the other guy. It was like so dramatic. But I'm like,
Wait, it was serious fighting?
Yes, we watched like the evolution of like wine getting people angry, like go across. And I mean, it's like they're not being serious, but they were
But
actually
secretly
pissed
they're
about the
being
game.
serious,
Well,
yeah.
You put 4 really competitive people to play a game night. It's like, oh, this gonna be so fun. It's so cute. We're so cute. Couples. No, we're so mean. We're like, you just cheated. You're so stupid. Like you just cut me off. Like, it's just so, we're dramatic. Anyway, I just
my
thought that was
gosh.
relatable because I'm way too freaking competitive.
You know, I actually can kind of relate.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I drink wine and get a little buzzed and I'm playing like Flip Cup or something, I just start to be like, I don't give a fuck. This is so
it's fun and you're laughing.
I'm laughing. But sometimes, like, depending on my mood, I start, because I'm already like speaking loud, making sure everyone knows the rules. And I'm like, no, you're doing it wrong. Like, so sometimes I can definitely relate to that because I think I'm more of the second one, to be honest,
I am
when I
too.
get drunk.
I am too. And Jordan goes, I'm like, oh, I put down, like, you put down the cards to get like one different card. And he's
Yeah.
like, I would have traded with you. And I go, oh, I didn't even think of that. And he's like, I'm like, I would still be a good salesperson though. And he's like, no, you would not.
Oh, and
I
then
was
you're like,
excuse me,
First
bitch?
of all, Jordan, you're wrong.
I
Syd
literally
would,
was like,
Syd would be a hell of a good salesperson.
he goes, your negotiation skills are just poor because he was just trying to piss me off.
Absolutely not.
I was like, oh boy.
You'd be like, you want to see negotiation
Oh
skills?
my God. It would be a shame if you disappeared. You little bitch. I was so like, think about it. 3 wine deep. Anyway, I just literally could not. But the last thing I was going to say is it's Jordan's birthday this week. And yes, I still love him. We're totally fine. And he doesn't know, but we're having people over on Saturday. Jerdys going to be there. Soph's going to be
Wait,
there.
this drops Thursday.
Plant
What if
Daddy.
he listens?
He won't. No, he won't listen. He doesn't have time for that. You know what? He got time for that yet. He'll listen probably on the weekend. But I get so excited about gifts and I like have this really bad habit. that I get so excited that I have to tell the person what the gift is. Dead serious.
She just did this before the episode.
No, I literally
So you guys, I see this really cute. We're in the studio, the Straight Candid studio, and I see the cutest tank top, like t-shirt. It kind of looks like a retro vibe. The colors, it's like brown and khaki, like my favorite type of colors. And I pick it up. I'm like, Syd, this is so cute. She could have easily just been like, thanks, like I got it. But instead, she's like, oh my God, you weren't supposed to see that because I got you one too.
And then I evil laugh because I'm like, actually, that was like kind of my like dream plan because now she knows, and I told her the gift before the gift, and it ruins it for everyone. But I just like,
I know.
I get so excited.
But thank you, I fucking love it.
Okay, good.
Did you tell Jordan his gift already?
Part of it.
Oh my God.
I just can't help it.
What'd you get him? What'd you get him?
I'll tell you guys the other part that he doesn't know, but so I got my nails done at this place the other day. And I was like,
I saw your post.
He's going to go there and get his mani-pedi because he loves his hands and feet to be cleaned. And like, okay, honey, you're going to go with him. And then
mine are bad.
I have to whisper this one. When we go to, we're going to Spain in March, and we're going to this underground. It's salt baths. They're like hot to cold, or cold to hot. I think it's opposite. And we're getting a massage and going through the salt baths, and it's like this like ancient cool thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I did it when I was in Madrid.
You want to know what I
you.
immediately thought of?
What?
Licking the walls.
I know.
Because they're salty.
It is salty in there. It's salty. Yeah.
It's salty,
Yes,
baby.
yeah, it's very salty.
It's salty.
Anyway, so that's my combined little wonder town of
that.
it's just
Wonder
fun
town.
facts. So, yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Jordy.
Happy birthday, Jordy.
We're so
Wish
how
him a
old
happy
is
birthday.
he?
He'll love it.
How old is he now?
He is 43. It's gonna be awesome. I'm totally lying.
For a second, I kind of believed it, and oh my God. Okay.
She was like, Krusty Krab pizza. No, he's 31 years old. He is still kicking it. He's still a strong boy. And
He's still kicking
you're wondering then for the math, I'm 24, about to be 25. So there you have it.
You guys are a good age difference, though, maturity wise.
His is February 27th. Mine's March 27th. That's kind of weird.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I know. I
love that.
But anyway.
Also, it's Pisces season now. It just switched over.
It's like the evil season.
Is that what it means?
No, that's really Scorpio.
I heard that Pisces are more like intuitive and they're the most sensitive.
They are.
Sure. None of us are Pisces.
They can be a little bit like, what's the word where they kind of look at you like
judgmental?
Yeah, I'm looking for. I'll come up with a word, but it's
like a nicer word.
Yeah,
don't worry.
It's a nicer word. Don't worry, I got it. I'll fix it. Do you have a straight kind of moment? Sorry, I'm a ramble girl.
I don't really have a particular one. I mean, I was gonna mention when we were talking about bar fights. I was gonna mention me and Syd got in a tussle at the bar.
Oh, Jordy was there. He was standing right above us.
It was so funny. Me and Syd, like, I really like I get so uncomfortable in arguments because I'm just so like I don't know what to do or say. Me and Syd were both drunk. Speaking of being drunk and like getting a little sassy,
but drunk. I mean, like we had a lot of tequila.
We did,
and that tequila gets just spicy.
And me and Syd were just like. I wanted to leave, and to be honest, it was at the bar. We were at the bar, and she's like, "No, don't leave." And I'm like, "I'm gonna leave." And she's like, "No, don't leave." And then we hugged it out and we left. So I just thought
it
our
ended
little
up being beautiful.
Funny. It was funny. So we got a little sassy at each other. Just like you can fight with your friends, just make up and be honest about it. We both apologized the next day. We're like sick.
I will say, fixing it in the moment and explaining why you were upset is actually like the way to fix it.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, the reason I'm upset is because I wanted to hang out with you. And you're like, oh, the reason I'm upset is because you said it like this. And I was like, yeah, I should have said it like that.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So anyway.
And I also should have said, honestly, I'm just really horny, Syd. I gotta leave.
I thought she did say that. You can't be perfect all the time. I'm not really perfect ever, but it was just like, I'm saying I'm more perfect because I apologize.
Yes. Yeah. And same with me because I can't. And then I got sassy and said shit too. Okay. I also... Oh, I heard that. That sounded snotty.
No, it's because I went. It was like with my tongue. Yeah.
But yeah, so I also there's a little updates, y'all. I almost was gonna share on the podcast first, and I just posted about it. I was like, whatever. But it's so funny that I posted about it first because so many listeners were like messaging, is this Plant Daddy? Because if you're a listener, you know I've talked about him. I think we're gonna keep him as Plant Daddy on the podcast and like never say his real name.
I like that.
He doesn't really use social media anyway, so you probably won't be able to find him.
Are you talking about Derek? I'm kidding.
Shut up.
I was kidding.
Ew, I don't like that name.
I know, but I wanted to pick one that was like so far off.
Yeah.
Like
John.
You looked at me like this.
Hey, ew.
You were like, ew.
Derek sounds
Can
like
you imagine?
Derek sounds like he'd had spiky hair and blonde tips. Like, don't you think? And Plant Daddy does not have spiky hair, blonde tips.
No, Plant Daddy's the best.
But I kind of wanted to talk about this because I posted on my Instagram, and this was like our first like official post. Like we're officially dating. By the way, I asked him out rather than the other way. I thought that'd be kind of fun, so I asked him to be my boyfriend.
He had set the floor up though.
Yeah, like we knew, we had chatted about it, and I think I would also want to be the one to propose because it was so fun.
We
But I
talked
was so
about this,
nervous.
remember?
Yeah.
It should be both.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Not like I'm not saying like I'm gonna propose, but I'm saying
When
like
are you doing it to him?
Okay, moving on. Gag me. Right. And you said you had this experience too. So I posted him on my on my Instagram, on my feed. Immediately, 10 minutes later, 20 followers out, unfollowed. Continued. I probably lost 100 followers just from posting my boyfriend on my Instagram. And I was like, holy shit. But I was telling Pat about it, and I was like, we're just weeding out the people that aren't here for the right reasons anyways. Like better engagement. Like this is not the people I want to follow anyways, or to follow me. But you had the same experience with Jordan, right?
Every time I post a picture with Jordan, I lose at least like probably 40 people.
That is so fucked up.
Every time, like clockwork. I'm like, that's so dumb. Like, who are you anyway?
Yeah.
I would love to get that followers app or whatever the hell we used to have when we were in like high school.
Yeah.
Toxic, by the way.
Don't do it.
No,
because
never.
I did it one time, and it was like the worst thing ever because I was like, why did that person unfollow me?
You're like, you take it personally when you shouldn't. But
Mm-hmm.
every time 40 people unfollow, like,
so
weird. It's just stupid. Or like I remember somebody had like DM'd me something like a little bit like, I don't know, they were like flirting with me, and they were like something like wanted my number, and then I posted the photo with Jordan, and then they messaged me, they're like, oh shit, okay, you could have just said you have a boyfriend. I then like making me look like an idiot, like talked like that too, like just you don't need to like, first of all, like what are you trying to do, trying to be like above me?
Oh
yeah, it was just and he just said something like really low, so I was like, whatever.
I also think it's interesting because I would say about a year ago, 2 years ago, I posted more for other people for sure, and my following was like 70% men, 30% women, and now it's like switched completely. So it's really cool to see like how I've evolved, even as like what I want to post about, what feels genuine, and what like really feels good to me. So it's just kind of cool to see like my market now and my niche type of people that I want to like engage with. I
feel like I'm getting closer to that too, and I can see yours like building too, and I think I'm like building mine now too.
I see it in
Hopefully.
yours too. Yeah. We're
I'm
talking
like,
about Instagram stuff, but like it is kind of cool. And Instagram is a huge part of like what we do for sure with this podcast too.
Oh,
so
yeah. Well, I never thought it would be something
that
I
I
would
kind of
do.
want to chat about.
Yeah. Well, I think I never thought, I think I said this last week. I never thought Instagram would be something I actually like even cared about.
Yep.
Like I was always like, social media is stupid. I'm going to delete it. Like,
and now you're like pitching the big wigs with ideas about Instagram.
Yeah, true. So the tables do flip. Like you close the door, and honestly, that's the door that slams down right in front of your face, and it's the way that you go. It's weird things. But it's important to build your own brand because in the world that we're growing up in, like
regardless of what you do, really.
Yeah. And
as a job.
When you're behind, like think about like somebody like, I want to go make something, and they're the 40-year-old who has the Instagram with like 10 followers and 2 photos, and you're like, well, good luck building, your organic following through the people that like follow your social. So it's just like, it is important at times. It's not the most important thing. That's not what I'm saying, but it is.
It is also strange to like, when you kind of like meet someone or want to like see their vibe, or maybe it's someone that you're thinking of hiring, like when we look at interns or like weird things like that, we like check out someone's Instagram, and if they don't have an Instagram or if there's like no posts, it's like, I don't know if they're legit. Like it's so weird that we do that, but it's so common.
Well, jobs look at social media to see what you post and see if it's like scandy or not.
Yeah. Do they still do that? Like I'm always so curious because that's fucked up to me.
Not in the same sense.
Okay.
I will say like people in other areas of work have said to me like, aren't you worried about your social media or your podcast like interfering with your work? And I was like, not in the slightest sense.
No.
Like not even the slightest little bit. Like,
because who we are as people isn't bad.
No.
You know what
and
I'm saying?
like, just because I talk about like a penis sometimes, which I really don't, it's like, are you going to be okay? Because that's separate from my work.
Yeah.
So if you can separate your personal life, then you should be able to separate what you do outside of work. And that means you're also not in the right area for you.
Yeah.
Like I'm in branding because that's what I work on.
Yep.
like what else would I be in? You know what
And
I mean?
that's why I have to have a job where there's no rules because I want to post whatever the fuck I want to post.
Well, you should be able to.
I know.
You know what's weird is I was my biggest critic on social media.
Yeah, I remember you
until
saying
probably even like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, even like Emerson was like, it's just post about the shit you're selling.
You're doing better at like not thinking, like double thinking, putting things on your story. Like you used to only put one thing on your story because you're like, oh my God, I don't want to overdo it. And some days I'm like, my fucking story looks like a goddamn, what do they call it? Little snake.
I know,
like all these little I'm like, who cares? Like,
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't fucking matter. People don't give a fuck about you.
I will tell you, you do it once and you're like, oh,
yeah.
wait, nothing happened. Like literally no fires. Nobody like unfollowed. I'm like,
and even if people unfollow you, bye-bye.
Well, and
get rid of them.
Oh, and then when I asked the question, I was like, do people want to see this shit on my social or whatever? They're like, yes, we do. I'm like, oh, so my assumptions were correct. And I should have just not like judged myself.
The people that are engaging in those polls are the people that you got to please too. Yeah. So speaking of social media though, would you prefer your significant other to be really into social media or not into social media?
I would prefer them to be not into social media. Wait. Okay. I have a two-part.
I do too.
Oh, I hate when I ladder everything.
What is Jordan and like, how does that work with your relationship? And then,
Jordan is extremely into social media, but not the way that you see.
Okay.
He is extremely into anything crypto related, which means that his Twitter is like insanity.
Okay.
So he's on Twitter like 24/7. And so he does kind of the same things that we do, just on different platforms.
Okay.
So he's always on Twitter.
He's still like scrolling through Twitter. I saw him on TikTok on the couch the other day.
I think it was Reels because he doesn't have a TikTok. He's like, anti-TikTok. Oh, Taylor sends us TikToks. Taylor sends us them. So we always click in. But there's also like crypto, like social medias that he uses. So he's extremely into it, but it's different.
The crypto king.
Crypto king. But I like that they're in the know of something and something that they're passionate about, because the real truth of it is you can learn a shit ton on the internet.
Yes.
And through social, or get ideas or get inspired.
Does he like your posts and does he see your posts like on your stories?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's always his little fucking picture that pops up, and it's me too. So I'm like, oh, hi babe.
See, so that's kind of what I'm struggling with, because Plant Daddy, literally his last photo, his profile picture on his Instagram is like him from middle school in a Halloween costume, I'm pretty sure.
Is he, can I ask a weird question?
Yeah.
Is he as large as he is? You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of like the Hulk right now.
Like, let me
show. That's what I assumed.
No, he's like this little twerp dude. Yeah. So like the pictures on his Instagram does not look like what he looks like now.
Can you imagine if that's who you looked up?
I did look that up, but I had to creep so hard, which is why he was a diamond in the rough, because no one else was going to be like, I'm going to go on this date. Or I had to creep really hard. And I'm like, wait, that's what he looks like now?
Did you recognize him when you went on the first date?
Yes.
So you had done research.
Because I had done enough research and you have no idea, like tagged, Facebook tagged, like mom on the Facebook, like what did she tag? Like it was bad. But anyways, so he doesn't use Instagram at all. Like I even posted a story that I tagged him in. And this was like when we weren't even like officially dating yet. I just said that I did his workout or something. I'm like, shout out to the leg workout, PJ, whatever.
I saw that. I know what it is. Yeah.
And it says, like, I checked on it, like it still doesn't say seen. And that was a month ago. So like he doesn't see anything that I'm doing, but he did. I was like, I posted you on my Instagram, by the way. He was like, oh, cool. You can post whatever you want. And then he's like, can I see?
Cutie.
He goes, can I see what people commented?
Oh, cute.
And so like he was using my Instagram.
Wait, why did he go on his?
He could have. He just like doesn't do it.
You know what? That is beautiful and that is healthy. I really actually don't care.
It is healthy.
It's good, and they both have pros and cons.
Yeah.
Because
it's healthy besides the fact I'm like, you didn't see my like cute outfit I just put on my gram. You know,
you're like, we didn't hang out today.
But
this
so
is what
like,
I wore.
So look I literally just texted him and I sent him a photo of my outfit.
Cuties. But you could rewear things though. That's kind of lucky.
I know, you're right. He doesn't know when
That's kind of lucky.
True.
It comes with pros and cons, because I will say when Jordan and I started dating, first of all, he had like a lot of followers for a guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
does.
He kind of has a lot of followers.
Yeah.
And like, he had DM'd me the first time I like knew of him. So like that bugged me. Like it's weird. I'm weird about like social media. So I just was like,
You're like, so do you do this often?
Do you do this often? And like I saw that girls were on his boat and whatever. And I was just like, I just hate this. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. Like, I'm just like not drama. And I just know that there comes with boat drama. And then we started like seeing each other and he was so engaged in me and he still is. And he can't tell a lie. The kid is literally like, he'll tell you, he'll like, I really don't like that shirt. And you're like, thank you.
He can't. I feel
he
like
cannot tell a lie.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of can't either. So it's good. But all I was saying was,
but you can like code it a little bit. Like you're really good at sugar coating it and like your shirt, like that's very interesting. Like, where did you get it? I would have maybe put it with like this sweater.
yeah.
But he'd be
I
like,
wouldn't wear this to this, but we could wear it on Saturday night when we're all alone for a movie night.
we can wear it in the dark when we do the dining in the dark.
But I was gonna say is we'd be like out and about and I'd see like we went on the boat and I was there and he like tagged me in it and like girls didn't notice that and they'd be like, oh my God, when are you gonna be on the lake again? Like, when are you gonna boat? Like, and I would just get so bothered because girls are DMing him and then it makes your mind go in weird places and then you think, oh God, now
do girls actually DM guys when they have a boat?
Yes.
That's fucked.
Yes. And you know why? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I have to admit something that I don't want to admit. I was one of those people.
Really? So
Because
you're talking about all this
they would
boat
ask
drama
me-
and like like
No.
I never knew there really was.
Well, I grew up around the lake though.
Until last year when like this
Oh.
with Jordan and this whole situation and the boats and stuff. Like I just feel like I've
unknown.
never. It's just like when you get invited, I would go. Like that you
would
know.
usually be what it is, but yeah, I don't know why. Apparently I dated a few people with boats. Maybe that was like maybe that was like
interesting.
subconscious in a way. Oh God. Uh-oh, freak. I just read myself.
Jordan.
Oh sheesh. But it's just like, I'd get like girls just do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not doing it out of like being nasty,
Yeah.
but like sometimes
Like, hey,
when
you
you're
got a
on the other
spot?
side, you're like, ma'am, hi.
Yeah.
Don't. Or like people come on the boat and they'd flirt with him because they didn't know we were dating or whatever. And I'm sitting right there and I'm just like, this is like dumb.
Nasty.
Anyway, long story short is you can really talk yourself into like having a bad relationship with social media because of what you're seeing of other people's actions.
Yeah.
But look at the person that you're with. If their actions are poor, then you should figure it out.
Mhm.
If someone else's actions are poor, you have to give the benefit of the doubt to the person that you're with because trust is literally the number one thing that
Definitely.
you need. 100%.
Definitely.
So anyway, I just went on a little
I
tangent
like that. We honestly, we're just ranting and
We're
I love
ranting,
it. And
we're
it's so funny
tangenting.
because we haven't really got into our bulk of the topic yet, but we're going to. Don't you worry.
Don't run
also,
away.
I do want to let you guys know because y'all are like, oh my God, wait, Sophie, you're fun. You're single. You're the single. You're supposed to tell us single stories. Don't you worry. I'm still going to be fun, rowdy, ratchet, raunchy, candid, all the above because said I can share whatever I want. Oh, fuck. Can we bleep his name? I really want to
beep it. Write it down, Jerdys.
I really want to keep it Plant Daddy.
Okay, there you
because
go.
Plant Daddy was like, share whatever you want, like whatever. So I'll share some shit for sure.
Whatever is to your comfortability.
Yeah.
That's the rule too.
I know, but whatever I think people would,
Yeah, no,
I'm
appropriately.
The issue is like, you know how Jordan can't lie? Like I don't really have like a boundary. So
Yeah.
you might have to be the judge.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Because
enough.
I'll be like, yeah, so then we did this.
Yeah,
and
and I'm
Syd's like, all right, that's enough. No
I'm gonna
no more ball sucking. I don't
Okay.
want to hear it.
Shut her mic off, please. Thank you. Really quick because of oversharing in social media and all
Yeah.
these conversations. Were you looking at all the Kanye West social media?
No.
Do you
I
know
don't-
anything of what's going on with that?
To be honest, I'm so behind.
Do you know what happened?
No, that he wants to be president.
No. Okay, 4 years ago. What in the hell? Are you good? No, he.
Wait.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
wait.
gonna let you. Yeah.
Here's what I know about Kanye West right now. He's dating this really hot girl that was just on Call Her Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Julia.
And he styles her, and then
So this is what you know as of current, right?
Yes.
Okay. So so they're actually not dating.
Oh,
They broke
stopped?
up. Yeah,
Okay.
and she has a new boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah. So you're a little bit behind, and that's okay. But
then what happened?
They broke
Tell
up
me.
and they were fine.
Okay.
But what I was gonna say was Pete Davidson and Kim are dating, right?
Yes.
You heard about this?
Yes,
Little
but we don't know if
lanky
it's a,
boy.
but we don't know if it's a conspiracy or if it's for the media. Yeah,
But it is
right.
now because they went on like private vacations and like didn't
So it's
allow paparazzi.
officially-
It's
okay.
officially official.
That's hot.
And Kanye was blowing up her phone and like she threw it in the water. Remember I shared that? I just
yeah.
throwing this in here. He went on social media and posted about Pete Davidson like 40 times. like photos of him on his Instagram. Kanye West.
He's a little
on Instagram.
Caca.
And the thing is everyone's like, yeah, Kanye like being the man. And some people are like, that's straight up bullying because he's like he's basically saying like, don't beat this man up. And then he has a picture of someone getting beat up. Like it's bad.
Jordy, you forgot to share your pop culture moment.
Oh yeah. Shut up. You know what? I like pop culture and some of you listeners do too. So I'm just sharing it. But I was going to say was it's actually like, we're not talking about his mental health because like he's having an episode. Like that's not people making fun of him or like putting him down are like just as in the fault as his behavior.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's cuckoo.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm like, he's cuckoo, but like he actually is mentally unstable and he's having like
an episode.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that what he's doing is okay because of that. I'm just saying like, we can't put people down because they're having episodes. Like he's not okay, you know, like, and I just think that there was so many people calling out, like, you know, calling him an idiot and granted the behavior is, but like, we have to look at the full picture sometimes. And I just think we just do that because celebrities are so out of reach.
Yeah.
And like Teffy was talking about it, who was on our podcast. And she's like, it's too low hanging fruit. Like he's got mental problems, you know?
I too did.
I need to close my mouth. I was like talking with my mouth open. You're a fucking stinker. Anyway, so that's social media. Would you say that your social media changes when you're in a relationship? Like with your relationship with it?
No, it won't because he doesn't even go on it.
Yeah, I know. You're like, I'm going to be me. Sorry. There's a little air coming in. Sorry.
I mentioned it once. We move on.
Okay. Sorry. I'm not allowed to whiff the air away from me.
No, my social media doesn't change, but that's because I feel like it's more of a healthy relationship. But when I dated a guy in the past, it 100% changed.
Agreed.
I even changed how I like talked on the podcast. Like that's when you know it's kind of fucked. So I think if you feel like you have to change it, it's probably a sign that it's not the right relationship for you. What about you?
That's what I was going to get to too. Yeah. It's like right now I do whatever the hell I want. Even if Jordan doesn't like social media, even if he doesn't like this and that and the other thing, I don't really give a fuck, honestly. Like you get the whole me and it's either you're going to see it now or you're going to see it later or I'm going to leave you because of it. So that's really how you have to think of it. You have to get the boss bitch energy back and you can't let that leave when you're in a relationship or you will change who you are because you're in a relationship.
And don't let anyone, your significant other, try to like gaslight you into thinking like what you're posting is not okay and it makes them uncomfortable because that's all their insecurities. And like you stay true to yourself. And I just think people are really good at talking their way around it and being like, no, well, that made me feel this way, blah, blah, blah. I think if you have respect for your significant other and they have respect for you, that conversation wouldn't even
shouldn't even be there. I literally had a boyfriend in middle school who would say that I couldn't wear leggings to school, like couldn't take pictures in leggings, like couldn't show, like all these things. And as a middle school mind, you're like, oh yeah, no, you're right. I shouldn't because I'm like with him. Otherwise, like I could be like looking like wrong. What the fuck? No.
One time,
God dang. I want to go back and slap that bitch.
I was going out.
Slap her silly.
I was going out to the bars the other weekend, and this is when I was seeing Plant Daddy, and I was on the phone with him. He wasn't going to go out. He doesn't really like to like go out and drink. So I was like, I look like a slut. I should probably change. He was like, oh yeah, work it. He's like, look like a slut. Like just
oh my god,
like that kind of thing. I'm like, okay, this is
he's really great. Cute. I love him. I already love him like a brother. I'm not kidding.
I know he loves you too.
Okay, good. Oh,
he literally was like so excited to come this Saturday.
Oh
so,
really?
Yeah.
Oh cute.
I do want to say one thing before we move on to like another topic, but like waiting is worth it, I think. And I put that on the podcast because y'all know, like, this is why it was kind of a big deal. People are like, you have a boyfriend?
Yep.
Absolutely crazy. But so I put a little question on our Instagram to get y'all's take. So we said, is waiting worth it? And then I actually said, you'll find love when you stop looking for it, ? True or false? And 78% true. 78% said true. So Syd, what do you think?
You will find love when you stop looking for it. Yeah. I mean, that's how I found, that's how Jordan and I happened. And honestly, I was like actually really persistent in not meeting someone at that time. Like really like saying like, nope, I'm not going to meet him. You remember I told you, I'm like, nah, I'm not looking to meet anybody right now.
And that's the craziest thing is because in January, do you remember I was like, January, I'm not going on dates. I'm literally going to dive into my finances, work on my career. I literally said no to so many plans in January and I wasn't even going to do anything with boys.
I remember
and
that.
I accidentally decided.
Found a bae.
Yeah, found a bae. But I agree with you. I think that I do think it's a little bit of both. So I kind of think this is true because some people are trying too hard. They have a list of things that they're looking for, and it's like impossible to find someone that completely matches that list.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's like, okay, like you're trying too hard. But I also don't think you should sit on your butt and do nothing. So like I think you have to do both. So you have an open mind, you're happy with yourself, you have low expectations. And I think that's kind of why it worked out, is because I went into the date with Plan Daddy a little bit, and I was like, honestly, 20 minutes in and out. I'm going to see if I like him. I don't care if he likes me. But then I got in there. I'm like, oh, he's cool. So, so I think you kind of have to do both.
Read it. Yeah.
You have to do both. You try, but you also don't try.
I was going to say that's a good way to put it too, because when I said no, I started doing things for me. Like instead of like when I came from something who was really, it was like toxic because of some things we'd been through and cheating and all that. Like I was like, actually I can go on the boat because I have nobody telling me I can't. And like, I want to bring my friends. I'm going to ask to bring my friends. Like you just do you so hard that all of a sudden people are like, you're radiating good energy and it attracts good people. It's true.
I think the foundation of that is self-love and like being confident in who you are. And then yes, you'll attract that. And I think we talked about that in that Hot Girl Summer episode a long time ago.
We did.
But it is so true because you're creating your own life that you love and knowing like if someone's there, great. If someone's not there, you're 100% content.
It's a great time to mix in a new habit too. Like if something that you've always wanted to do for you, it's like, shit, go do it then. And I will say, like when you're looking and searching and looking everywhere and looking over your shoulder, see, like you could meet someone at the airport. You could meet someone like parked next to you in your car at Lifetime. Like you are just, your energy is so focused on the what if
on
that you're
someone
not,
else and not yourself
and not on you. You're not focused on what you're doing well. You're focused on the attention coming in that might be something, might not be. Like, what can I find out about this person? You're just way too invested. If you take a breath, slow down, invest in you, focus on you, you're going to be genuinely happier, and the energy you radiate is going to bring in new people. It's true.
And that's also the time when those people are going on those dates, when they're like really focusing on other people, seeing if they like them. You're going on the dates and you're really nervous because all you care about is if they like you.
Yeah.
Versus you liking them.
Also,
crazy.
Don't go on the dates that you don't want to go on.
Yeah.
If you're like, I don't feel it with this person, but I don't know, it's something to do. No.
But also,
not if the intention, unless you're like getting yourself out there for the first time.
I was going to say,
right?
but also don't say no, because like I almost was like, nah, I'm not going to grab coffee. Like I think a really good way to, you remember that? I almost didn't go.
That's who it was? That's Plan Daddy?
That was when you guys were at my Barry's class. I'm like, oh, he went to the wrong coffee shop.
I know you were pissed.
Yeah. She doesn't know that. I was like, oh no, it was kind of cute, that place you went to. I'm like, but like I think just having it really low expectations, like coffee. Don't do a meal for the first date. Make it quick. Be like, I have somewhere to go in 30 minutes. If you don't like it, you just get a quick initial vibe and then you can decide. It's literally just a coffee meeting. Yeah. That's it.
I love that. And
then you can go do one a week if you're really trying to look, but like, I don't know, just keep it quick, concise, low expectations, continue to work on you.
Intentionally looking around.
Yeah.
If you're going to look. Otherwise, don't look.
Yeah.
Just mind your business.
Mind your business.
Okay.
You're just talking about toxic relationships, but I think we should maneuver it into, because I think self-reflection is so important. And I think we all have things we can work on. And it's obviously this world is so easy to just blame. And that's just like the basis of humanity. But we
point the finger way too much.
So I think toxic traits in general, we all carry a little bit. And if you think you don't have a toxic trait in a relationship or in your friendships or in your stuff with your significant other, I think you should go ask. And this is the worst question to ask, but I've had to do it before too. It's horrible. You ask what's a strength and what's a weakness. And you won't stop thinking about the weakness, but it's probably a little toxicity in there.
Yeah. And it's probably good to address what maybe you could get better at, because every day we're getting better, right? And I had to just kind of sit with the fact that I've got some toxic traits that I've brought into my new relationship. And it sounds like 80% of our listeners did too, which is, it is what it is. Do you want me to share what my toxic traits are that I wrote down that came to mind?
I want to hear it.
Okay. I have a hard time letting things go when it is a flag in my past relationship. Yeah. So meaning like if something happened on social media or whatever, like I cannot let it go though. Like I'll like fester with it. I'll bring it up even if we've dropped it and had the whole on conversation and it's done. the next day I wake up and I'm like, I'm still fucking pissed about it. And I have to bring it up again.
Can you give somewhat of an example or not really?
Yeah.
Just like someone from social media
Let's
that
say-
had DM'd him in the past?
More so like like social media was an issue in my past relationship with cheating.
Yeah.
So like in this one, like I saw that an ex popped up like it was like a like or something maybe, but it's just like, I'm like, why are you interacting with your ex in the first place? And then I just like fester with it. I can't let it go and I can't let it go. And I think it was actually, he looked up his ex because he saw he saw her current boyfriend at the golf course and it's a friend of his. So he's like, oh, I wonder if they're dating. Looked her up.
Yeah.
And it's true because listen, everything adds up. So, and it was like the first time I'd ever seen anything like even like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And I couldn't let it go because I'm like, I don't believe him. I don't believe him. He's a liar. And I'm like, he's literally never lied to me. And that's what I just had to sit with and be like, if it's really something that I need to be worried about, it'll come in another way.
Exactly.
It will.
Yeah.
And it'll show you in another way. So I needed to let it the fuck go. So that's number one. The other ones are, sorry, I was reading yours. That's why I was like, I don't like indecisiveness. Like it really, really, really bugs me, even though I'm indecisive. I expect people to be just like me, loud, talking to everyone, unlimited energy, socializing, always talking, like really high energy, like engaging with people. And that's just like not a thing for everybody. Like introverts are introverts and I respect the hell out of them. But I always am like, what? Do you not want to be here if you're not talking to my friends? You're not, you don't care? Like you're not really getting to know them. Yeah. And they're like, I'm burnt out. I'm like, how can you be burnt out? You're burnt out every day. Why? I'm like, I'm probably burnt out, but I'm just an extrovert who is way over like stimulated. And then finally wrong one. I have mood swings and I'm sensitive and I need words. And without them, I feel like I'm neglected. So like I'm a words of affirmation person. And when I don't hear words, even if someone is doing literally every other love language, I think that like they don't love me. And like, because they didn't say it, I didn't hear it. Yep. Yeah. Those are my toxic traits. You want to date me?
No, it's actually so important
But it's so important.
Because it's so important to just address them. And at least I think knowing about your own toxic traits is just literally the first place to start because you're never going to get better at it until you address it.
What are yours?
I got some too. Oh yeah. Everyone does.
I think they do. I didn't read yours because I was like, I want to hear them.
I didn't even know you wrote yours down too. I think it's funny too because this is not just in significant others. Like this is in, business relationships and friendships. And I think it's funny when you say indecisiveness because that's pretty much when we do get in a little bit of our arguments, like business wise, is because I'm someone who's I'm very emotional based. So like 1 minute I think this is the better idea. And then I sit with it. And then I think something else is a better idea. So instead of like sitting with those feelings and letting them process in my brain, people know how I feel when I feel it. So I shoot the idea right away. Yeah. And I'm talking more business partner stuff right now. So I'll shoot the idea right away. And then I pull back and I'm like, oh wait, no, this is a better idea. So like I have indecisiveness. So I think it's funny that you said, you're like, oh fuck, I hate indecisiveness because it's something to kind of flag. It's nice.
It's true.
Because I am indecisive.
Yeah,
and so for example, like in a relationship, I'll be like I did this the other day. I'll be like, you make the decision where we're going to go to dinner. Like you make the decision. Like it's all you. Like I'll be ready. I'll be ready. You tell me what time. Like it's you pick it. And then I sit there and I'm like, no, but I'm really craving like Asian food. And I'm like, oh wait, but what if he picks this place because I just went there? And then I end up being like, oh, like I think we should go here. I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to leave them space to like be confident in their decisions, so then they'll be able to do in the future. But I'm like, so like I need to learn to like let go of control. So I'm someone who likes control, obviously. Like that's that from 10 minutes of meeting me. Like I like to be in control. So I have to address that, and I have to, I think we picked something the other day and I like kept my mouth shut and I let him do it all. And I'm like,
oh, that was good. That's good.
I'm making moves.
Well, see, to be honest, I do that all the time. Yeah. I did it on Saturday when we were going to go get food.
Oh yeah.
I named off 6 places and he was like, I kind of want, I'm like, I don't really want that. Fuck. I'm like, remember I wanted to go to that one place and it's got a really good burger. You kind of want a burger?
You're like, Jordan, don't you remember that really juicy burger? Like, just picture it. But like, I don't care where we go. But like,
you're hungry for a burger, right? And he was like, oh yeah, I could go for a burger. I'm like, yep. Let's just go there. I'll go. Yeah, sorry, but I'm like, I feel you on this. The control in our personalities is just a lot.
Jackson, Jerdys, do you have any toxic traits that you want to share that come up in your relationships?
He's hurting right now.
I am hurting. I am so brain.
He's like, wait, did you ask me a question? Do you want me to repeat it?
Yeah, repeat
Okay.
it, please.
Do you have, he's like, oh, fuck. So we were talking about toxic traits in a relationship if you haven't been present for the past 20 minutes. We just expressed our toxic traits in relationships. You know, I'm indecisive. I'm controlling a little bit. What are your toxic traits that come up in relationships that you want to self-reflect on?
That's a loaded question.
Is there anything?
Because I feel like you've done a lot of digging in the past.
I have. One of the biggest ones is avoiding conflict. And whether like it's super small or super big, I always try to put it off, you know, or like avoid the situations or
a lot of listeners wrote that same thing.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I struggle with that. And then even today, like one of my best friends is moving back to Seattle, and I was like avoiding saying bye. And I don't know why. It's just like maybe the harder talks, which I deep down I don't think I have an issue with, because I like the raw, you know, authentic discussions. But it's just the hard ones. Like I wait till the last second. I'm like, dude, like I was just avoiding like, you know, the topic today with him, like saying bye. And then in relationships, past ones when like we fight or really have the hard convos, you know, I just avoid. So I definitely got to work on that.
Yeah, you put it off and put it off.
But I think that might be kind of reflecting on yourself and the fact that you do care a lot about those conversations. So like someone who's like, oh yeah, bye buddy, like see you, like have fun in Seattle. You're like, I know I'm going to have these feelings like arise, and like you're sensitive. So like, I think that's not a bad thing. You just get it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely sensitive, as you saw, especially today. So thanks for holding back.
I love that you said that.
But yeah, for sure. And I don't know, a lot of it too is, especially in past relationships, I don't want to like have the hard convos if I'm not ready, because like I like reflecting and knowing what I'm gonna say.
Smart man. See, I do the opposite.
Really?
Smart.
We're both the opposite. You and Jordan are the same.
Yeah. Like if we have conflict, we need to bring it up right away because it bothers us.
It festers like a little fucking gnat. Like, like a big bug bite that you're like,
and then I bring something up that I haven't like sat with myself yet. So I don't even know how to word it. And then it comes out crazy. And then I'm like, oh my God, I need to calm down.
I freaking agree. I can't avoid a conflict. I can't, like, even in relationships and anything. Like, I have to say it right there.
Yeah.
And it bugs me. I also have like a problem with like if someone doesn't like me for something that like I really don't think is fair.
Yeah.
I like get really bugged. Like,
oh, same though.
I'm like, why? Like, that's so rude.
People pleaser too.
Yeah, I know. And then it gets like under your skin and you're like, I can't care about things like that. Like, why am I wasting energy on something like that?
Not everyone's gonna like us.
No. And that's what, you know what? And I've seen that.
Yeah. It
from the TikTok.
Sucks.
All right. And you know what? I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck
about you or anything that you do. Okay, we should probably keep this rolling.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Do we want any like? Do we have anything else to say about this, or should we get on to straight candid story and advice?
Well, I will say just what the listeners said, and then we can just say like what we do with those, like knowing these things, right?
Yes.
And then we can move on.
Okay.
So listeners said, and these are like the majority of what people were writing in about that question. Like, what are your toxic traits in a relationship if you have any right now? Not expressing their emotions, holding things in rather than telling them how I feel, feeling annoying when I want to hang out more, like I'm, bugging them more, and then saying I'm okay with something when I'm not, and then I resent them. Knowing these things, knowing what you're doing, but being like aware of them is like the first thing you've got to do is you've got to be aware. But the second thing you got to do is be aware when they're coming on and those emotions are taking over and making decisions for you, and try to act in a different way, or try to say like, what would my better self do right in this situation? Like, what could I do better? And it all comes back to what? Communicating.
I like
everything.
Yeah.
Everything comes back to communicating.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Like, I didn't even want to bring this up, but like, this is bugging me. You know what I mean?
And come from those, this is so cheesy. We're giving such good advice, but like come from like those I feel statements, because you're like, I feel insecure that you looked up your ex, and it was probably with okay intentions, but like it made me feel sad, and see how he responds. And I think like Syd said, yes, like self-reflecting, we're making those steps. It's important if you don't know what your, toxic traits are. One really good way to figure this out, if you don't want to ask the person, like, what's my weakness? Because that can kind of be sensitive, is go to therapy, because you end up undigging a lot of those things through therapy.
Oh boy, yeah.
That's where I found a lot of stuff that I needed to work on too. So
yeah, they really get you. You're
They
like,
get
holy
ya.
shit. I'm like, geez, poke me when I'm down.
they got
Lord,
you.
have mercy.
Hook me when I'm down. All right. So we've been a bit with the Stray Candid listener stories, Stray Candid listener moments, but we got a little something for you. So we going to pull that shit up, and then we're going to have a listener advice question as well.
Yes, auntie.
It's going to be so good. So good. All right. So we had a listener write in. She goes, you guys. Sid hasn't read this yet, so I like to read them when
Let me
she
make
hasn't.
sure that's the right one. Sorry, I'm in the wrong folder.
Hey ho.
Sorry about that.
We
I
could
give
do
you the one for next week. So I'm like, what the? There we go.
Okay.
Here we are.
So I sometimes, like, if Sid finds a good one, she's like, don't read it yet. And she reads it. So then I don't know. So then we have full reactions. Okay. Hello, my favorite podcast. I have another story to share of the disaster I call my love life. I've been in Northern Ireland. Good for you. Living my
Lucky.
best life these last few months. But the men here are equally as cringe as they are in the US. So I matched with this man on Hinge last week and we started talking. Things were very normal and the conversation was flowing. Well, a few hours into talking, things took a turn. He said he had a random question to ask me, but he would provide context after I answered. He
Okay.
asked if I'm the type of girl that's too shy to poop at a guy's house. I was like, peculiar question, but nah. I'm like, if you gotta go, you gotta go. He said he only asked because a girl stayed at his place one time and held it in and then had a really bad stomach cramps the next day. I brushed off this odd side conversation and continued talking to him. I'd be like, red flag. He asked if I liked to camp, to which I was like, oh yeah, big outdoorsy gal. He then goes, so you've shit in a hole. Now I'm like, what the F? No. I've never shit in a hole. To which he goes, well, there is a first for everything. Haha. At this point, I'm like, something is off, but continue talking because I'm too nice of a person. The final red flag was when like 5 minutes later, he asked if I had IBS or anything.
What in the Christ
we're at
are these
3
poop questions?
Yeah. I had not given any indicators that I did or any reason to bring this up, I should add. Now I'm like, this man has a shit kink, doesn't he? I called my besties and told them the story. They said I had to ask and I'm like, how do I ask something like that to a random guy I met? So I'm in the conversation and I say, I feel like we have talked about poop a lot in a short amount of time. He then says, it's funny, haha. Then I say, you don't have a shit kink I should know about, right? And he says, if I did, I wouldn't tell you. And then he says, but you do you? To which I respond, absolutely not, I don't. He asked her. He then gets really creepy and I blocked him. He then tries to message me on Instagram, block his photography Instagram, block. And then a week later tries to add me on Facebook. Moral of the story, somehow I attract crazy weirdos. I'm giving up on dating. But
what in the criminy is going on?
Do you know anyone with a poop fetish?
No. What is there a fetish to have about poop? What is sexy about a little turd?
Did we not have a conversation in the car one time?
Oh, good. Another convoy was left out
About
about.
Cleveland steamers.
Oh, yeah. No, Sid was here for that.
Yeah, I was. Okay, I don't feel
Can
left
you
out.
explain to the listeners what a Cleveland steamer is?
Oh, God.
Okay, so thank you, Urban Dictionary in middle school, because
Yes.
I'm not going home to ask my parents this one. Mom's definitely listening to this. But anyway, so it is when someone takes a dump on your chest and then like squishes it and moves it around with their butt.
Wait, what are you?
Why is it called a Cleveland steamer?
I have no idea.
I don't get it.
Oh my
Look it
God.
up.
Okay. I am even like like I'm totally open with my poop. Like I'm totally open that I have some, stomach issues.
You're open with your poop on here, but not with Jordan.
No. And I would never be asking poop questions over text. And if someone asked me that, also, like, I understand, like, oh, if you pooped in a hole to be funny, like, yeah, I go camping. Like, or like, you know what I mean? That way. But it had nothing to do with camping. Like, so I was like, okay, that just went weird again.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people?
Dude, I don't know. I just thought it was
Is that
so
really
funny.
what you came up with? Like,
I thought it was so funny.
it is funny, but it's like, is that what you're really like? Oh, imagine trying to get to know somebody. You're like excited about them. They're pretty cute on
and they
social
start
media.
asking about poop.
And that's a fucking conversations you're having. Oh, okay. Yeah. Love the dating
Great.
scene.
Love that.
I'm going to be asexual. Jesus Christ.
Remember one time I shared that like my previous relationship, I think I was too open about my poop.
I remember.
But
you saying
like
that.
with Plant Daddy, it's really hard not to be because he is so like cool with it. Like he's like I gotta share this. He was I was like
nervous.
I was constipated, whatever. And I told him, I was like, the next day, I was like, by the way, I'm good now. Like, and I sent a little poop emoji. And he was like, send me a pic. Totally kidding. But
Okay, I'm like,
but he's
oh,
literally
God.
so weird like that. He's
Okay,
like,
I
doesn't,
like that he's
he
weird
like
though.
doesn't. He was like, oh yeah, like send me a pic, and he had like a sexy face. Like,
I would
so
never.
I need to stop being so open about it,
No.
but like I can't help it.
No, that's
'cause he's
you guys
so
are fun with it.
open.
But if you actually were sending poop pics to
I would
Plant Daddy, I would be like,
absolutely never in my
you need
entire life.
you need some Jesus in your
Yeah,
life.
absolutely not. Okay, what is Cleveland Steamer? Now we know. Did you find out why it's called that?
Not necessarily. There's a lot of weird
I
ones.
don't know
but
if I want to know.
someone says it's because the Cleveland Browns football team, like the brown stripe.
Oh,
Cleveland, that's one.
okay.
And then there's some other weird ones too.
That would make sense.
I'll do some digging later.
Okay.
Oh my
love
God, that's a lot.
it. Thanks for
Wowza.
sharing.
For sure.
Straight Candid.
On a different note, we have listener Straight Candid advice, but I wanted to read this really quick because I found this in my screenshots. This girl goes, I'm a nurse working night shifts this weekend, and I'm charting on my 90-year-old patient listening to Syd talking about role playing as a plumber, and I'm fucking living. Thank you for literally carrying me through my 12-hour shifts on the weekend. So
what episode was that?
Oh God. Oh gee, I don't know.
You gotta-
it was. I
we
know. I
gotta-
need to write that down, but
See, we also need show notes to just. But
to search
next
it, right?
time,
But
we'll try.
She's working with this 90-year-old patient, so she was listening to it, and so this 90-year-old patient knows that I probably thinks I role play as a
with
plumber.
plumber.
Yeah, when really it was just like a little.
I was
moment.
just talking about role playing the other day.
Really.
I think I'm gonna try it soon.
Oh.
I have a lot of scenarios.
She's a silly girl. Okay,
I'll tell you guys if I try it though.
thank you. Keep us in the loop.
Yeah.
Hashtag
Wait,
Straight Candid advice.
Can I
What?
share
Oh,
one
sure.
idea that we have?
Okay.
We both go to the gym, but we go separately and we act like we don't know each other. And we like kind of flirt at the gym together, like across and like kind of walk by each other. And then we like leave together. And then we just, like act like we just
Ooh.
met at the gym.
I kind of like that.
Is that hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then hook up
Cool.
in the car.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh no, or no.
Not as, but sure. Or in the locker
because
room.
then you're kind of like role playing.
yeah.
I don't know.
Not in the locker
No.
room. No.
Maybe I'm new to this, Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm a little too like worried about people coming in. I don't think I could do that. Ooh. Okay, so hashtag Straight Candid advice. Long distance relationships related. Okay. I just got into one and I have no idea how to manage my independence and only being together for a few days at a time. Need your guys' advice. So it's super short and sweet. But what would you say to somebody who's just gotten into a long distance relationship? They have no idea how to like continue to be themselves.
Okay, sorry. I blacked out for a second. So she's in a long distance relationship.
Oh my God. Do you need me to reread it?
Yeah.
It's a quick one. Jesus criminy. Okay.
Wait, can you answer?
Ready?
Can you just answer?
No, I'm
and
just
I'll
going to
get-
read it again.
Okay.
So then I'll answer. I just got into one. Oh, whoa. Long distance relationships. I just got into one and I have no idea how to manage my independence and only being together for a few days at a time. I need your guys' advice.
Okay. I think I was confused because why is it hard for her to manage her independence if it's long distance and she has like she's like,
She has time.
she has time.
Well, where's her mental like energy going?
Well, definitely over there. She's probably worrying about what he's doing. And I don't know if there's a lack of trust and she's curious as to what he's doing over there. I don't know. Sorry, I don't really know this question
It's
because
okay.
I struggle with
It's all right.
I don't know how to not feel independent. So
Okay.
I don't know how to.
I'm like, she's scaring me right now. She's also like up on the couch. She
My
stood
feet
up.
are
I'm like, where are we
freezing.
going? Okay. So
got
here's the thing.
uncomfortable.
I was in a long distance relationship twice, one in high school, one in college. It was, super fun. And I would say they're really not great because you're focusing so much energy on what the other person is doing. Maybe you have at that time trust issues like you're alluding to, like you're worrying about what they're doing, what they're up to.
Yeah.
You're worried they're not thinking about you. You're worried if feelings are fading, all these different things. And it ends up being just a worry wart. And I think what you have to do is you've got to put yourself first because whether or not you're hoping this relationship works, right? We're not telling you to be negative Nelly, but be a realist, right? Like it could, not be a thing because you're far away from each other and relationships are about like connection and intimacy. So if that's the case, build yourself up solo. You're good solo. You were good before them. You'll be good after them if that's a thing, but you didn't even know about them at one point. You were fucking thriving. So try to focus that energy on like, who am I independently? I've got all this time on my hands. He's living his life. I'm living my life. I just need to focus on that. It's harder to do than to say, but just start changing that mindset to that.
Okay. Yeah.
You
I'm back.
see?
I'm back now.
Hi, welcome.
I'm back now. I
Mother girl.
also wonder like the context if they've been dating before or if it was like he just moved away.
I just got into one.
But into a long distance relationship. So they could have been like together. But anyways, I think you should also find like almost like a structure. So it's not like you're texting each other all day long talking about pointless things. Cause I think that's a tendency to do when you're not with the person. It's like, what'd you have for breakfast? Oh, sick. Like I had 2 cups of coffee today. Whoa, 2 instead of 3. That's crazy. Like find the time, but make it quality time. So maybe you FaceTime like twice a week. And then when you are together, it'll be a little more meaningful too. So I think the time that you do spend, whether that FaceTime or a call, like make it intentional.
Totally.
And then, like Syd said, like focus on yourself those other days because that FaceTime's coming on Wednesday or something. So
always have a plan for when you're going to see each other next. Cause if you don't, you're going to feel funny. Like it feels like it's this like aloof thing that you're like, I don't even know when I'm going to see them. Like, even if it's 4 weeks away, it's like, well, I know I'm going to see them in 4 weeks. Yeah. I want to look good for when I go see them. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get a tan. I'm going to whatever. Like that's what I did. And I was like, I got my shit I got to get done. I'm doing me. I get to see all my friends, which I loved because I literally, this is sad, but I never had to prioritize it because I was always, it would just be when I went, which is why when we got back together in person, after long distance, it was definitely different.
You were trying to balance it.
Yeah. Then. At first you're like, whoa, you're like in my business. Oh, you're really like around a lot.
I honestly,
that's normal.
I had kind of a long distance relationship in college and it was so nice because I fucking loved it because I would see him on the weekends. And Monday through Friday, I was a nerd as hell, nerdy as hell. I would study. I hardly hung out with my friends. Like, there was no way I would have been able to have time.
Smarty farty.
I would literally have no time for a boy. Yeah. So it was really convenient. So use that to your advantage. Do some shit. Do some hobbies.
Correctly prioritize.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man.
You
a
guys.
little sun.
I got to tell you something in your ear, right? Support for Straight Candid is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in the below the waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Ooh. Manscaped recently launched the ultimate hygiene bundle for your man in your life. The performance package, hello, we've talked about it before. Help him join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you guys. It's 20% off plus free shipping worldwide. Hello, Canada and all our friends overseas with the code CANDID20 at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million clean shaved balls.
That's a lot of balls. All right, y'all. Their crop preserver ball deodorant. Didn't even know that was a thing. I want it.
Oh my God.
What?
I've been using that on my armpits. I just realized it's not deodorant for your armpits. You guys.
Wait, are you kidding?
I swear to God.
Because it smells like dudes and we talked about male deodorant.
Oh my God. I've been using their deodorant on my armpits. It's for balls. Oh my God.
Syd. So
Manscaped.
Their crop preserver ball deodorant can also be used on your armpits. Syd, I'm dying. I actually have tears in my eyes.
I can't even think right now.
What does it smell like?
It smells like Axe. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
that'd be good.
Good stuff.
Wait, do you put deodorant on your balls? I'm so confused.
I do not.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He's like, I guess I'm missing.
Okay.
Y'all got to start putting deodorant on your balls.
No wonder my armpits are so like, I don't know, smooth operator. You guys get 20% off and free shipping with the code CANDID20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at Manscaped. And use the code CANDID20. Unlock his confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. And don't put ball deodorant on your armpits. Okay.
Or do
because it's honestly, it's been working. It feels great.
Whatever.
It's really fresh. I'm like,
dead.
Okay.
I'm also laughing because we're like, this is going to be a short fucking episode. What are we at, Jordy?
Jordy, tell us. What are we doing? Yeah.
All right. That's long.
Us. You guys, we have our
wrap up.
Finally, our Lululemon event. Our link is live and it's in our bio. So go run to it. It's going to be $20. It's at the Lulu MOA. If you're local, if you're not local, we'll get to you eventually. We're growing small scale. Here we
should
go.
do some traveling.
Yeah.
live
LA would
events.
be one that we need to do like bad, and maybe even Canada.
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say our listeners, a lot of them are in Canada.
I know.
so
We
that'd
want
be
to come
cool.
see you. A few in Mexico. We've got people all over, but the event's going to be super fun. We're going to have a DJ at the after party. Like we'll do a workout. It'll be really fun. Like everybody welcome. It's for Women's Empowerment Day.
Quick workout too.
Do it.
Like
Yeah,
just get in, get out. We're gonna have a sauna ice tub.
And then we'll do sauna ice tub, hot happy hour, DJ. It'll be fun, and it's exclusive because it's capped at 35.
Yeah, there's not gonna be a
So,
lot of people. Y'all.
Yeah, so please get your ticket if it's something that you're excited for, and you're like a diehard listener who listens to us at 5 a.m. Like go get the ticket now because
they're gonna sell
35
out.
spots. I'm a little nervous for, but we'll do many more. So just get excited. But
They're gonna sell out, y'all.
like,
All
gonna
right,
sell out. You want to
thanks
come hang
for-
with us? You gotta come hang with us.
Come hang
on.
with
There'll be
us.
giveaways. You can win some shit.
I'm so excited for the sauna.
I know.
Anyways.
I'm just excited to it's really fun. I went to an
Yeah.
event there and it was fun.
And women empowerment. Like, let's fucking go.
Celebrate the women in your life.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening at Straight Candid Podcast. As always on Instagram, I'm at Candid Soph.
I'm at Candid Syd. We got at Jordy dude behind the freaking cameras. You guys go rate us if you can. We still have one more week until we pick a hoodie winner. So go do that. Because
Rate, review.
next epi, we'll be telling you who wins a hoodie for free.
Also, if you stayed this long, like you probably have good chances. So
I know.
fucking go to the podcast right now and give us 5 stars and rate and review. And then hashtag, didn't we have a hashtag on it? Hashtag hoodie.
Hashtag
On
hoodie.
the
And then
comment.
also comment your Instagram name because I can't
Yes.
find you with your weird little JGWV. I'm
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but I love you guys.
That was a really good memory because whoa.
My brain is kind
I
of
know.
weird.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. See you later.
We loves ya.
Bye.
Bye.
That was crazy. I think
That was
the one that
crazy.
gave us a 1-star too. Fucker.
Oh, yeah, it was.
A little fucker and fuck dick
Go
hole.
after yourself. Yeah. Just kidding. I'm just...
Hey.